one and all. We welcome you to KEW Live episode 13. Unlucky for some, who quite it's unlucky for, we'll have to find out in due course, but just double checking that we are in fact live and up and running. We are indeed there, ladies and gentlemen. Off and away we go then, getting things cracking here with the hardcore number one contenders match, seeing James the Cat take on the Irish King Daddy. We have of course been here before with King Daddy. James the Cat is approaching new territory. Will the the assassin finally have a new challenger for his belt? Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen, but James the Cat will look to try and push his recent form to the forefront of the KEW and push himself into that number one contender's position here. He'll know that this will be a hard fought battle though against the Irish King Daddy. He has met him in the past and of course was on the recipient's end of a low blow from the King Daddy. He'll know that weapon's going to be locked up in his arsenal, ready to unveil itself at any time during this one. But if he can overcome a vicious low blow that may potentially end his night prematurely, he'll know that he has got to be the steadfast favourite here for the hardcore number one contender spot. And then who knows, he may be able to dethrone the assassin who's been clutching onto the belt for many months now in the KEW, ladies and gentlemen. James the Cat fired up and ready to go here. He is, of course, more than raring to have his another opportunity at some silverware. It was, of course, maybe about a year ago to the day where he first started having ambitions of the KEW main title. But he'll not be taking this man lightly, having lost to him in the past. King Daddy has seen his star rise recently in the KEW to get back to a number one contender spot. He's always been there or thereabout in the hardcore division. He is a man who knows how to mix up with that deadly low blow, of course, not being illegal in these matches. He's more than happy to whip it out and pummel your testicles right back inside your body. You can see he's a cocky foray the fans don't take nicely to. I'm sure, though, he'll be threatening to impregnate some of the women in the front row, and they'll be asking themselves, when's the BFG back? He's the only man for me in the KEW. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, for the number one contender spot as James the Cat comes out of the gates early doors with a kick to the guts and a little, I thought it was going to be a neck breaker, but immediately you can see King Daddy looks like he's taking a shot straight to James the Cat's testicles with a nasty back heel. Goodness gracious me, he knows no shame, this man. He'll go after the testicles at any moment. A real veteran, if you like, of the old low blow here, getting it off early doors as James the Cat with a nice tornado DDT off the ropes, breaking the early momentum from King Daddy. Another kick there, and he goes for the same net breaker. There it is this time with the sit down net breaker there on King Daddy. King Daddy this time not getting the little heel up, straight into the testicles underneath James the Cat. You could see he fell to the ground very swiftly after taking that damage there as James the Cat gets a big right hook here, and immediately King Daddy's under the ring. You can see it looks like James the Cat's been cut open already, and here comes the garbage can for the garbage man. James the Cat almost walking straight into it. He does of course have the green leotard, King Daddy, which many associate with the Irish, but it is of course also the colour of Oscar the Grouch, and perhaps that's why he goes after the trash can as often as he can. Not of course the original colour of Oscar. He was originally orange and was dyed green in the swamps. Many Sesame Street historian knows that little tidbit and fact. But of course King Daddy representing all the colours of his homeland with the orange and green and white, and also Oscar the Grouch with the same motifs here. Big shot from the trash can to James the Cat's back, and now King Daddy catches him square, and a knee right to the coccyx there. You can see the blood already dripping from the forehead of James the Cat. He never goes for another wild swing and again attacking the coccyx. You've got to wonder if he's got some sort of metal plating in those padded knees that he has the King Daddy written across as he lifts James the Cat high here. Big suplex driving him down onto the mat here, and James the Cat clutches his back as well. He might do after having those coccyx shots from the knees. A big punch to the face of James the Cat, who looks woozy getting up now. Getting hold of him by the back of the neck is King Daddy. Doesn't know what he wants to do with him. Throws him into the corner, and big chop to the chest. Looks like he might have hurt his own wrist there, King Daddy. Gets hold of James the Cat from behind again, and again carrying him by the back of the neck across the ring and can't quite figure it out. James the Cat breaks the momentum though, a few swift elbows here, and then goes back after King Daddy, whipping him into the ropes here, ducking under now. Getting hold of him from behind, but reversal. Here comes King Daddy again. Lifts James the Cat high, and backbreaker this time, or backdrop, sorry, this time. Straight onto the spine. James the Cat definitely the worst for wear here, and thought he was going to come out with an explosive start, but he's had a slow opening, if you like. It's really been all King Daddy. Of course, seen King Daddy try and take on the Assassin before and fail as the Assassin exploded out of the blocks at him, and King Daddy couldn't get anything going. Will this be the same thing here, ladies and gentlemen, if King Daddy is able to get the victory over James the Cat? James the Cat rolls out of the ring for a breather here. He's slow back to his feet, and King Daddy won't let him get any time to recover at all. There's a difference, of course, between the multi-match events that we normally see for the hardcore divisions to try and get yourself qualified. And James the Cat now swiftly up as he sees the King Daddy whipping out the ladder, and now with a submission on the outside, trying to wrench the neck here. Really, look at that, pull him back. He's able to flip him out, and that ladder's balanced dangerously on its side. And now King Daddy, a nasty shot there, and he's under the ring again, looking for some more ordnance. And here comes what the fans wanted. They were asking for the table, and King Daddy, delivers it to the face of James the Cat. That's not quite what the fans had in mind. They wanted to see James the Cat go careering through the table, but King Daddy just slaps at him in the face, rolls him back in the ring now, and sees this as the opportunity, so he might be able to seal the match here. Goes for the cover to James the Cat with a big kick out there though to save his bacon, if you like, and he's up swiftly as well. Gets hold of the King Daddy by the back of the neck now, and this might be the momentum shift that James the Cat needs. A little kick on the ropes, and then screams to the KEW fans. Throws him to the outside here, and what's James the Cat got planned? Runs off the ropes he goes, and diving over the top rope here, a big senton suicide dive to the outside. Goodness gracious me, putting it all on the line is James the Cat with a big splash on the outside as well. Now taking in the applause of the KEW fans as they say it's awesome. James the Cat firmly in control, but King Daddy with a nasty gut shot there enables James the Cat to recover a little as he throws him into the ring. Now gets the guitar out, can't quite get the guitar on the face. James the Cat spinning DDT off the ropes, and now if he can make the most of that honky-tonk guitar in the ring and avoid the low blow from King Daddy, he could be in business here. King Daddy though drops him on the ropes. He's a little faster up off the floor there. Ramming the face in now. King Daddy on the floor, James the Cat poised and waiting for him to get up. James the Cat senses the momentum has shifted. Went for the kick, but King Daddy caught him midway through the stunner. Now King Daddy looks to put him away with a pile driver. Up goes James the Cat, and there's the vicious pile driver, almost clipping the dustbin. Covers the leg. 1, 2. But James the Cat somehow has enough left in the tank here. He knows what's at stake. He knows the Hardcore Championships really the division that he needs to make the foray in, and he knows that he's going to have to really dig deep here to try and get something over the top of King Daddy, who's in control of this one and has been for many of the match now. King Daddy choking James the Cat across the top rope, and then bounces him off it here into the middle of the ring, and James the Cat is down and doesn't like he knows what day of the week it is. King Daddy hopping out of the ring and going back under the apron now, looking for something else. He pulls out a stop sign, ladies and gentlemen. This is only got to get nasty here for James the Cat. He's on the floor, he's not moving, and there goes the stop sign right into the neck there, it looks like, as King Daddy is poised now. I don't think he's not thinking of trying to put up a pile driver on the stop sign, is he? No, King Daddy, don't do it, don't put James the Cat's career away. There goes the pile driver right on top of the stop sign, ladies and gentlemen. Goes for the cover, surely that's going to be it. 2, 3, there it is. King Daddy is our number one contender. James the Cat didn't show up, you can see he's holding his head there. He might have a concussion, we'll have to check with the backroom staff, ladies and gentlemen, but goodness gracious me, King Daddy looked like he was trying to end the career of James the Cat there. Pulled off a pile driver in the ring, that wasn't enough. Pulls off the pile driver on the stop sign. You can see James the Cat on the outside. He doesn't look like he knows what day of the week it is. On his knees out there, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious me. King Daddy looks fired and motivated. He's coming for the assassin, and he'll have to defend that hardcore championship against a man who's motivated and up for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move into our next match for the evening then. This one, a tag team event that should be a real humdinger here, ladies and gentlemen. We saw, of course, last week Benji taking on Mark with Tanj as a special guest referee. And of course, Tanj pulled out the fast count for Benji, it seemed, and Mark was not happy with that, and has since then taken a grudge against the KEW champion, and now has thought it necessary to call him out into this tag team event here. Benji, of course, tagging with a champion who took his belt off of him. Benji might not be particularly happy about that one, but we'll have to see how they get on as a tag team, him and the KEW champion. And Mark, of course, dialing up one of his past allegiances, if you like, in the battle against the Spyclops, calling the demon to his aid. He knows that the demon is no friend of Tanj, and that was the best real teammate he could ask for in this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not so sure the word teammate should be used, really, being it's the demon's not really one for sharing. But here is Red Ranger Benji, though, making his way around the ring for the KEW fans who have slowly fallen back in love with him after he'd taken out some aggressions on Mark, and of course last week dominated the one-on-one event. Perhaps it was the lacklustre appearances of Benji that forced the KEW's fans' hands, if you like. And you can see here the Tanj, once again, he's got the belt, he's got the hardcore brief, he's got the briefcase there as well, and you can see he's mocking the Shinigami. He's dyed his hair blonde again, ladies and gentlemen. He does like provoking him. He is the classic champion. He holds the briefcase, ladies and gentlemen. He will have to defend the belt at the next main pay-per-view, but if he holds the briefcase, you've got to question, even if he loses it, will he be able to cash straight back in and be the man to reclaim the title almost immediately, ladies and gentlemen? Only time will tell on that one. And it's an unnaturally unfair position that the big fella finds himself in. And the blonde torting hair as he shows the briefcase off to the KEW fans. He looks very happy with himself. I'm not so sure he's going to feel so happy after he's seen the Shinigami come strolling down to the ring in a minute. I think that will, if it doesn't put the fear of God into him, it certainly should do. And here he comes. He will not take that lightly, seeing Tanj with the blonde hair. That will only enrage the big fella even more. He will be angry and motivated. He knows he can beat the Tanj. He beat him for the KEW title numerous times, pulverised the life out of him in the rivalry that the two of them had that led to the Tanj slump last year. And goodness gracious me, he'll be looking to start something similar again here. You can see already, he looks like he's determined. His eyesight is fixed and focused on the blonde-haired fiend in the ring, if you like, the Tanj. As he stumbles his way down to the ring. He's normally, of course, the first man into the ring, but he won't be accustomed to seeing anybody else in his ring. You can see a little shake of the head there. He's clearly seen the blonde hair. He's not happy, and he is ready to wreak destruction on the partnership that stands before him. He won't care if Benji's in the ring. He'll just want to get his hands on Tanj. It'll be interesting to see who will start first, whether the big fella there will conserve his energy and send the Skeleton King in first to deal with Benji if he's in the ring, or whether he will look to try and go for whoever and just clear house. You'd have to feel that's much more of his style. And here, of course, then comes the little angry man that is the Skeleton King, Mark. Of course, has been chasing Benji around the KEW with that steel chair for months now. Took his aggressions out on him many months ago. Benji got a measure of revenge last week, but we'll have to see here whether Benji is able to avoid another defeat in their long-term rivalry that has seen Mark, well and truly almost dominate it, other than from the fact that he doesn't have the gold or the titles round his waist to prove that. He shows off to the crowd and launches the chair outside. And he's well and truly motivated and ready to go. We do start indeed then with Benji and the Shinigami in the ring, going at one another. As predicted, I said the Shinigami wouldn't really care who's in the ring. He'll just look to go through whoever. We will, of course, see the 4 of these men in the main elimination chamber coming up at Trouble in Tangetown. Their places have pretty much been sealed unless there's an injury that rules any one of them out. And you can see Benji already gripping the knee low down as the Shinigami goes straight back after him. But Benji, up the faster with the butterfly suplex there. I did wonder if Benji, having had a little break there, might go and try and tag Tange back in. These 4, of course, not accustomed to particularly working together. But there we go. In comes the Tange. You can see the Tange. Maybe it was just a blonde wig he had on. He's got the Tange coloured hair back now, and the Shinigami has seen he's got the Tange coloured hair, and maybe it was just a wig, which will take as even more of an insult, mocking him on his entrance to the ring with a smug little grin. And you can see that the Shinigami is not happy with it. He's made absolutely no interest in tagging Mark in so far in this one. He's just got absolute brutality on his mind for whoever is in the ring. Mark might be the smartest man going in the KEW here, ladies and gentlemen. He's managed to find a tag team partner who's going to have no interest in tagging him in, meaning that he'll keep as fresh as possible whilst also weakening the opposition. Oh no, the big man, as I'm saying that, goes for the tag, and here comes Mark. Oh, went flying there, misses Tange completely. A poor first showing from the little fella, perhaps too exuberant there. DDT down to the floor now by Tange, who lets him slowly get back to his feet. Big right hooks there from the big fella, and a big clothesline sends him down to the ground. And the Shinigami will be looking on at this, saying to himself, why on earth did I tag him in there? Useless little fella, I should have just kept going myself. Tange with the leg rakes there and slams his head down to the ground. Now picks Mark slowly back to his feet, whips him into the corner with Benji now. Is he going to go for the tag now, Tange, and look for a double team? Doesn't this time around. Rams the head in the corner though. Mark looks like he's in a spot of bother already. Tange with the knee up. Oh, isolated in the corner, a mile away from the Shinigami, limping out of the corner now. The Tange gets hold of him, butterflies him across the ring there with the leg. You can see the Shinigami wants the tag, but no, the Tange runs in and gets a pinfall right in front of the Shinigami. 1, 2. Just a 2 count though. Mark still plenty in the tank to kick out. Oh, look at that, the Shinigami with a little shot there. The Tange turned his attention towards him momentarily, and the Shinigami took advantage and got the cheap shot in. And Mark now talking of cheap shots, a few to the kidneys there to get Tange off him. He, of course, is not happy with Tange after last week's fast counting as the special guest referee hurricanes him down now. He's been very vocal on social media saying that it was a fix, and that, of course, the Tange, of course, wouldn't want the strongest competitor in the number 1 contenders spot. Of course, he's going to fast count Benji and try and eliminate Mark from that conversation. Tange, of course, knows that he can beat Benji, having done so already. He's not got the best record against the little fella, but he's putting him away very neatly and succinctly here. Good tag there to Benji, and now the 2 of them renewing the rivalry in the ring as Mark goes down with a firm knee to the guts there. You can see an extra bit of venom in that one from Benji. A stomp to the back of the neck as well. Lifts him up now off his feet. Big headbutt there from Mark to try and swing the momentum back in his favour. He's got to try and get a tag in, and there we go. Slowly makes his way to the corner and tags in the big fella. And I'm sure the Shinigami will look at this and say, it's a shame it wasn't Tange still in the ring, but Mark has taken a lot of punishment there, ladies and gentlemen. The Shinigami picks Benji back to his feet now, and oh, massive clothesline, almost ripped his head off. Mark would have enjoyed that when you can see him watching patiently from the sidelines. I'm sure he will give his man a little thumbs up there from that one. And now Demon's Kiss there, down goes Benji. He's quickly back to his feet though. The Shinigami was still reveling in the fact that he'd slammed him down to the ground, and now look, big package drive there from Benji, lifting him down and slamming him on the floor. Gets hold of him by the back of the head now. Big thigh shove there, delivering the booty right to the face, and a big kick from the Shinigami. Drops the former KEW champion down to the ground. You can see the Tange in the corner. Desperately wanted the tag for a moment there, but the Shinigami has him well and truly pinned in the corner. Slams him into the turnbuckle now. Gets the tag in to the little fella, and the little fella will enjoy this one. Off the ropes goes Benji, and a big backdrop there. Goodness me, I feel like the Shinigami was doing all the heavy lifting with that one as Benji rolls to the outside, and Mark saying, get to your feet if you dare. Up goes Benji. Mark, running, diving to the outside DDT. Goodness gracious me, I think he might have clipped the Shinigami on his way again. Poor team communication there. The Shinigami dive off the ropes to try and get involved, and now has Benji on the outside. You can see Mark wants nothing to do with the Shinigami, doesn't care about him, wants everything to do with Benji. Delivering the slam on the outside, spinning around. Big kick to the guts now, and is he going to go for the crown crusher on the outside? He does! Oh my goodness me, you can see Benji bent backwards there. And now they're renewing the rivalry. Mark's got no intention of taking this back into the ring. It doesn't look like up to a 6 count here. We might be on for a double count out unless Benji's going to leg it back to the ring. They're on a 7, and again, nobody of any intention of backing the ring up to an 8. Now Benji slides in the ring. Mark slow back to his feet. Benji going after the Shinigami on a 9 count here, and Mark beats the count but barely. Slamming down to the floor now, Benji in control as he saw Mark coming at the last second. Mark shaking his hand off on the floor after Benji's vicious assaults on the arm. Whips Mark into the corner now, and all of a sudden Mark's in the all too familiar position here. Now look at this, wrenching the arm over the ropes, trying to get Mark to tap out or weaken those arms of Mark so he can't do his vicious package pile driver that he has in his arsenal. He's developed. Here come the kicks from Benji into the guts here. Off the ropes he goes. The big butt slam right into the face. He goes for the cover. The Shinigami's in, breaks it up. He doesn't want to lose any more than Mark does, it seems. Stomp to the face from Benji, and now has the submission locked in. The Shinigami's already been in the ring, and the ref won't let him back in anytime soon. Is Mark going to find a way out of this? He's right in the centre of the ring. What's he got left? He's held on, ladies and gentlemen. He's not tapped out, but you can see he's holding the ribs and the arms, and the tag comes to the Tange, who is just very fresh here and switches his attention momentarily. Now look, it looks like he's trying to tell Mark to get to his feet, but he's got nothing left in the tank, does the little man. Now Tange is fully open just to assault him, it appears, ramming the head into the matting, and he's going to go up high. I thought he was going to go for a tag there, ladies and gentlemen. Up to the top turnbuckle he goes instead, looking to put it away. Oh, the big splash off the top rope, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and that's enough to put it away. The Tange pinning Mark while staring at the Shinigami, who was helpless to get back in the ring. He won't be happy with that, Mark, and Benji will be absolutely thrilled he's managed to get the victory. And look at this, the two of them, a little high five between the pair of them. Is there a new power alliance coming between these two in the KEW? We'll have to see how they get on when they're locked inside the elimination chamber with one another, and the KEW titles on the line. I'm sure Tange won't hesitate to turn his back on his former partner here and deliver a title shot square to his face, given the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Another leg up though for Benji in the rivalry with Mark. A good solid victory, and we see here tag team action yet again. The tag team champions keeping themselves fresh, as they put it, with this one, taking on the Coven as it is, trying to build a little bit of momentum going into next week's KEW tag team title match, which will be against the Safety Men. And we'll see, of course, one of the Safety Men up next as well. He might look to try and book his seat in the elimination chamber, as the firefighter will be in action, ladies and gentlemen. Here then come the tag team champions, the Falcon and the Eagle. You'll remember, of course, they took the tag team titles from the Safety Men only a few weeks ago, and they've held on to them since. And it'll be interesting to see whether the belts will swim back to the former tag champions, or whether they'll be staying around the waists of these two men here. The Assassin, of course, still a double champion currently. He's left his hardcore belt in the locker room, it appears, in favour of his tag team championship. He knows, of course, he'll have seen earlier tonight King Daddy explosively dealing with James the Cat, giving the pile driver onto the stop sign. It seems that there's an extra edge and level to King Daddy now. He is motivated for that hardcore title. Can the Assassin keep his grips on that and the tag team championships? We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen, next week, for the tag team titles are only a few weeks away for the hardcore championship. They are motivated and ready though, and they know that the task in front of them will be a tough one. The Coven are not to be taken lightly. It's not only the two members in the ring that you have to deal with, Miss Kasuj with her masterful submission holds. It's also the Ploughman, who's a deadly customer in his own right. And then, don't forget about the two extra members, Miss Tash. You can see her there in the background, geeing up the crowd, and the Tarantula, who will, of course, be hanging around on the outside of the ring, trying to wreak havoc. Trying to not only support their team, but put the opposition off in the ring. And maybe undo a few turnbuckles, slide a few weapons in. As the Ploughman rhythmically wriggles around his Dark Mistress, his Dark Messiah. And she screams to the KEW fans. They're not happy with the Witch Mother. They don't respect her as an athlete in their KEW, and they know the dark tricks that the Coven uses to try and get a victory any way they can. She beats her chest and he slides through the legs. And there is the Coven, ready to go, as the Ploughman crawls towards the camera and towards those KEW fans in the front rows. You can see one man there with his children has his arms folded, was not impressed with the acts on display. He will definitely be cheering on the CEO and the Assassin here, you'd imagine. We'll be hoping that the tag team champions put the Coven in their place. Many a fan in the KEW will see this as the matchup nobody asked for and nobody really wanted in the tag team divisions, but it is, as we said, a way for the tag champions to keep themselves fresh. Oh my goodness me! And fresh, says the Ploughman, is a super kick straight in your chops. Drops him down to the floor and gets the tag early doors into the Witch Mother, which I'm not so sure is the best thing to be doing here. She's dropped on the ropes early doors. We've seen already in previous matchups between these two tag teams that there is the power mismatch between the Witch Mother and Big Bird. Big Bird, of course, being the stronger and bigger athlete, and the Witch Mother struggling to deal with that at times. She's much more suited, of course, to dealing with the Assassin. You could see Miss Tash trying to get up on the ropes and interfere with the referee early doors. He puts her on the ropes now and now. Tags in the Assassin and climbs out, leaves the Witch Mother in position there. Just about in time, the Assassin gets hold of her and a little snap suplex. The Assassin will look, of course, to build some momentum here. Oh, good little dodge there from the Witch Mother, who saw the Assassin coming off the ropes. He went for the top rope moonsault early doors into the ropes. Now he goes. The Witch Mother goes under and over. And a big elbow there drops him down to the ground. And the Assassin will try and look to come out of this one as unscathed as he can, of course, having that Hardcore Championship match coming up. He'll know that he's not got an easy task on his hand. He did, of course, deal with the King Daddy pretty swiftly and succinctly the last time around that the two of them met, but he knows that this is a very different King Daddy he'll be facing next time around in the Hardcore Championships, having seen him in action earlier today and having seen what he did to James the Cat. We've not seen King Daddy use those type of tactics before. We've seen him, of course, whip out the low blows and win matches with that, but we've never seen him pull out a pile driver onto a steel stop sign and looking to try and permanently end the career of a KEW wrestler, ladies and gentlemen. It's a vicious and nasty scene to see, and you can see here, look at this, the Ploughman looking to try and get involved. He's legging it off somewhere. Is he going after the Assassin? No. Oh, down goes the Assassin. He's shoulder barged down to the ground. And look at this, Miss Tash on the outside taking care of the CEO, rolls him back in the ring. The Witch Mother slow back into the ring. She would have been better off going after the Assassin, I feel. Now, oh, front suplex there. Lack of communication with the Witch Mother and the Coven there. Just a one count. as she kicks out pretty swiftly. A Big Bird now lifts her up, using that power to lift a much smaller athlete and tosses her halfway across the ring almost there. Back to her feet she jumps though, agile in her old age is the Kasujan, and trying to get hold of the Big Bird, but he keeps pushing her away here, ladies and gentlemen. The sheer power on display from the larger athlete. Gets hold of her now. Big snap suplex there. That'll do her no good for her back at all. And surely she's going to look to try and get a tag into the Ploughman to try and level the field here. He gets the tag in. There's Big Bird to the Assassin, and he's going to let him go back to work. And the Assassin continues the assault on the Witch Mother. Picks her up slowly to her feet as well. Or slowly onto her knees, and then delivers the knees of the head onto the top rope now. Oh, springboard moonsault there, very pretty from the Assassin. And now off the ropes of another moonsault. Goodness me, he's flying around and flipping around all over the place here, ladies and gentlemen. Big stomp to the face. I thought he might look to go for the pin there and try and put her away, but he's not content with the damage he's doing. Stomping on the arm. Maybe he thinks to himself, if I can do my tag partner a favour and deal with the Witch Mother now, she might not be able to compete in the upcoming main pay-per-view in the Elimination Chamber, which is of course currently on the schedule to be in the chamber, ladies and gentlemen. Whether she can make it there or not, we'll see. Oh, as the CEO drops the Ploughman onto his spine there and whipped back into the ring is the CEO via Miss Tash, who's now looks like she's up and she's taking the top turnbuckle off there. Oh, went for the clothesline, did the Witch Mother, but he bounced off it. And again, we see the power issues. Big elbow drops the Witch Mother down to the floor as Big Bird goes for the tag now. And here comes the Assassin, the fresh man, back in. And again, the Ploughman slow back to his feet. And you can see, oh, gets the tag in at the last second there. The Assassin switched off, and that's desperately what she needed, was to get the Ploughman back into the ring. Package driver there, has the small package. Oh, and look at this, he's gone for the cover. And that's definitely at least a 3 there, ladies and gentlemen. But the referee distracted with the top turnbuckle that Miss Tash pulled off. And you can see she's not happy with it on the outside either. She knows she might have cost her team there. And that's not the first time Miss Tash's antics have cost the Witch Mother. And the cover inside the ring. The Assassin quickly back to his feet. And now the assault begins from him. Oh, nasty Hurricanrana there, driving him backwards into the floor, and you can see he's rolling on the floor. He's trying to go after the Witch Mother, but blocked off at the last second there as the Ploughman's lifeless body was in the way as he delivers the shot to the back there. And you can see, oh, he's complaining with the extra 2 on the outside. DDT from the Assassin, goes for the cover now. Miss Kasu's not worried about getting in and helping at all. Just a 1 count though. The Ploughman plenty left in his dark tank, and now the Assassin switches his attention to the Witch Mother. Nasty little hit in there, and another Hurricanrana. It's interesting, he's not moved it to the other corner here, ladies and gentlemen. He's just fixated on dealing the damage right in front of where the tag team are. Now whips him into the corner and might look to go for the tag here to his tag team partner. No, rakes the arm over the ropes, trying to weaken the arms and the base. Pulls him out of the corner, big chop to the chest, up onto the top rope now, and springing off on, flipping around, sending him across the ring. Goes for the cover now. Just a 1 count again, ladies and gentlemen. Swiftly kicking out is the Ploughman, whipped into the corner once again, well away from his tag team partner. Big shot there from the Ploughman, able to try and get a measure of control back in this one. The Ploughman resting on the ropes now, goes for the tag. Out hops the Assassin. It's been all the tag team champions here. They said they wanted to use this one to keep fresh, as the CEO throws him awkwardly against the ropes. You can see the Witch Mother wanted the tag, but no such joy. Goes for the big shot, big right-hander there from the Ploughman. Might be enough to try and get him back out of the corner here. A few vicious shots with those hush puppies to the CEO. Whips him into the ropes. They were, of course, one-time tag team partners in part of the Teachers Union. It didn't last for long. The Big Bird thought that he could get a better alliance going with the Assassin, and it's proved way more fruitful for him. He did the right decision in his opinion, and in the KEW fans' opinions, really it's proved worthwhile. Here comes the Witch Mother, the tag made, and you can see Mr. Axtra trying to get up to the ropes, distracted him for just long enough, and here comes the ankle lock, locked in, trying to grip the old aged ankles of the Big Bird, and you can see the Ploughman's in the ring refusing to get out of it as well. Now he's fucking around with the top turnbuckle, and you can see the referee telling him, you've got to get out of the ring here, up to a 2 count there before he was almost getting disqualified. The Witch Mother on the assault, big DDT there, hooks the leg of Big Bird. 1, 2. Just a 2 count there though, gets the shoulder up. And Miss Kasuj is now rolled up in the small package, and the referee almost didn't see it. He's got her down for ages. Only a 1 count. That 2 could have been a 3 count there. The referee looked like he was distracted by the turnbuckle. Goes for the clothesline again. Does the Witch Mother. We'll have to see if the referee gets distracted by that turnbuckle a 3rd time. The Witch Mother elbowing her way out of it now, and there we go. The referee back to that turnbuckle. He loves trying to fix that, ladies and gentlemen. Under goes the Witch Mother now, and over she goes. Lifts him high and drops him on the headbutt there, and all of a sudden the Big Bird's lost a bit of momentum here, and the Witch Mother's got it back, and if she can get one of her submission holds locked in with the lack of flexibility of the CEO, you'd have to wonder, will she be able to put this one away here, ladies and gentlemen? And now look at this, bouncing the face off the KEW's mat there. Big right-hander, gets hold of him, picks him up to his feet, whips him into the corner, and now the CEO's in all kinds of bother here, gets the tag in to her dark teammate. Off the ropes they go. Lifting high, back body drop there onto the floor. On the outside now, the Plowman looked like he's going after the assassin. Kicks him in the face and down he goes. And now all of a sudden the CEO's on his own in the ring with the Plowman, whips himself back to his feet. The Plowman taking all day to try and get to the top corner here. The CEO gets a shot in, but he still dives off and gives him an elbow to the face. And now you've got to say the Big Bird's got to be careful here. If he gets here we go, a pedigree coming up here. He can't lift him up though. The CEO sees it coming at the last minute, and big clothesline there. Picks him up now, back to his feet, whips him into the corner, and now the momentum is shifted once again. And Big Bird's going to look to surely put this one away sooner or later. Big holding suplex now, holding him high in the air, slips out the back of it, does the Plowman though, shot to the back of the knee. Lifts his man slowly back to his feet, has hold of him in the headlock, and the disco elbow right to the back of the head, gets hold of him now, and he knows he's got the CEO isolated. If he can just keep the CEO in the ring, he might be able to put this one away. If he can get those demonic hush puppies to the back of the head. Here he goes, driving the head into the floor, the demonic stomp. Hooks the leg. But the assassin's in swiftly to break it up. Dives back out of the ropes now, but you've got to wonder if the CEO knows what day of the week it is. Has he got a concussion? It looks like he's bleeding through his headband, ladies and gentlemen. Tag made to the Witch Mother, and here she comes now, ladies and gentlemen. Off the ropes, and then a big boot there, and now dives and gets the tag in whilst the Witch Mother's not paying attention. Poor ring management from the Witch Mother. You'd have to say Big Bird was down and looked like he could have been out there. It could have been a shock result. The Assassin's Edge, and that might be enough to put the Witch Mother away. Hooks the leg. Here comes the Plowman flying in the ring, breaks it up at a 1 count there though. The Assassin not happy with him, and the Witch Mother rolls out of the ring. Big elbow drive there, and the Witch Mother now on the outside. The Assassin taking the high flying approach. Over the top rope he comes, taking the Witch Mother down. Goodness gracious me. And now look at this, having words with Miss Sash on the outside, and he's saying to her, get back in the locker room, get out of here. And driven towards the steps. Goodness gracious me. She rolls back in the ring, and now you can look at this. The Miss Sash is now throwing him back in the ring there, whilst Big Bird's been taken care of on the outside, and all of a sudden the Assassin might find himself in a sticky situation here if the Witch Mother gets one of those submission holds locked in, ladies and gentlemen. It might be good night. Vienna for him, big suplex there, especially with Big Bird down on the outside. He's got to still be feeling the effects of that concussion. She looks like she's still content to try and weaken him up a little bit in the ring. The big kick there from the Assassin though to switch the momentum potentially back in the direction that he needs it to be going. She rolls out of the way, a little hit there and a little chop. Takes the leg out from underneath. Vicious little sweep away of the legs there. Now bouncing the head off the mat, and now gets hold of the Assassin, drags him away from the ropes so he can't get a potential rope break in. The little kick there, and now she might look to get one of those submissions in. No, goes for a knee stomp and another elbow to the back of the kidneys. Well, I'm surprised she's not looked to use a submission and try and put him away for good here, ladies and gentlemen. Misses the elbow. And now might she pay for indecisiveness and inability to put the opposition away. The tag is made, and here comes the CEO. Off the ropes goes the Witch Mother, and another massive backdrop there. She almost went through the ring with how far she went flying. She rolls to the outside, and now Big Bird looks poised in the ring. He's going to go flying, and over the top ropes. He misses the Witch Mother and takes out Miss Tash. Goodness gracious me. Now switches his attentions to the Witch Mother on the outside, has her on the shoulders, dropping her face first onto the apron, and she's quickly back to her feet as the Tarantula wants nothing to do with this. Tries to throw him back into the ring. Doesn't quite work, but gets the shot into the spine. And the CEO could find himself in a world of bother now. Clawing at the face, it looks like, driving him down to the floor. Witch Mother has hold of him again, rolls him back in the ring. And now she's going to look to try and put things away with one of her deadly submissions. No, she's going to tag the Plowman back in. Well, I'm a little surprised about that. I thought she might look to try and put things away herself, but tagged in her favourite attack dog, if you like. And here comes the Plowman. Big shot to the face from the CEO, though, and he has the big arm break locked in. Miss Kasuj isn't getting in to deal with it anytime soon. Here she comes. Breaks it up. Looked like she punched her own man in the guts there to try and break it there. Well worth doing, though. It saved the Plowman as he now drives the CEO face first into the floor, and you have to wonder if the CEO even knows what day of the week it is with the amount of damage to his noggin he's taken in this one. Big shot to the arm, and another one to his arms again, trying to weaken those massive coconut-like muscles on the arms, and he knows if he can take the power out, he might be able to put him away. Nice flipping. Looked like it was going to be a power bomb, but throws him across the ring, straight onto his face here, ladies and gentlemen. He might look to put it away with the high-flying move from the top rope. Off he dives. Frog splash from the top rope. Hooks the leg. Not even a one count. The Assassin is in, but the Assassin's used his chip up now. And look at this. The Plowman's not happy with him. Throws him against the ropes here. Big drop kick down he goes, but is allowing the CEO precious time to recover as he goes after the Assassin with a swinging neck breaker there, ramming the arm into the floor. The tag team champions will know that they've picked up the wrong people here to potentially have a match against. They've been in a real battle here. The Big Bird screams to the KEW faithful. He wants to put this one away, but the Plowman's a tricky old wrestler. Gets her around the back of him, gives him the kick in the guts. Off the ropes he goes, and then another one. Another demonic stomp. Might put it away. He goes for the cover. Has the legs on the rope. 1, 2. Just a 2. Somehow the CEO kicks out of it and he's not happy with him. Gets the submission immediately, and look at this. Saw it coming with a big strike and whips him round. Is he going to tap the CEO? Has he got any power left to wrench out of this one? He just about gets let out of it by the Plowman. The referee saying he's not giving up. You've got to give him a little bit of breathing space here, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of help there for the CEO. Big elbow. You've got to feel now, though, if he... big slam there. He's got to get the tag in and get the Assassin in the ring. No, switches the attention to the Witch Mother, and now looks I thought he was going to go and make the tag, but he's being caught by the Plowman last second there, trying to escape the ring. Big elbows drive him back down to the floor. Now here comes the Assassin. Much needed break for the CEO. Off the ropes he goes, and mix up there, and it's led to a drop kick from the Plowman, driving the Assassin down to the floor. The Assassin is the weakest, not the weakest, the freshest of the men in the ring, it appears currently. Went for the kick there though and dodged out of the way of it. The last second was the Plowman. Big shots to the back, gives him the kick to the guts. He's not going to go for another stomp, is he? He is indeed. Another demonic stomp, and he looks to put it away. Hooks the leg here. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. The CEO was in and out of the ring. It didn't look like he wanted to get involved particularly. Tag. Here comes the Witch Mother. Can the Witch Mother now look to put this one away with a submission hold? Trying to bear hug him, it looked like there. She didn't have the power to really put the damage on the ribs, and there's the swinging neck breaker there, and a big drop kick there that gives the Assassin a much needed breather he needs. Can he now build on this big moonsault off the top rope there? Hooks the leg. In comes the Plowman to break up the pinfall though. Into the corner now goes the Witch Mother. These two, nothing given between any of them. Big chop to the chest. Up onto the ropes he goes, onto the top rope, spinning around, launching them across the ring. You'd have to say on this form, if the Coven can get a win here, surely they'd put themselves in the conversation for potentially a three-way title shot next week. And here comes the Assassin's Edge there, and looks to put it away now. 1, 2, 3, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The tag team champions know they've been in a fight. Oh, goodness gracious me. They only just about scraped to victory here. And look at that, you can see the blood pouring off the CEO's head. He's happy that he got the victory. He won't be happy that he was pushed so hard by the Coven. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, the two of them really know they had a fight on their hands here. The Assassin, of course, perhaps the fresher of the two coming out of this one. He knows that he's got to keep himself fresh, though, for that upcoming not only tag team title match against what will be the safety men here, but will also be the Hardcore Championship match. Only a few weeks away. He's got a number of big matches on the cards coming up, does the Assassin, and he knows that there's all the important things on the line for him and his KEW career. He has been the hardest man to dethrone from that Hardcore Championship belt. We'll focus now, though, on our last match for the evening that will see the Turkish Mountain taking on the Firefighter. Of course, he has the Yeti supporting him, as joining the Firefighter will be Atomic Andy, and we've seen the two of their tag teams match up numerous times in the past and have issues with one another. We'll have to see if they can leave it on the outside here today, ladies and gentlemen. The Turkish Mountain then ready and raring to go, flexing his muscles in the ring. And here then come the recently dethroned tag team champions, who will be battling for those belts in just a week. And having seen that last match on the back room, the CEO, I'm sure, will be watching this one intently, hoping that the Firefighter takes on significant damage here against Big Dan. He will know, of course, that Atomic Andy is not a wrestler to be taken lightly as well, and that with one of them getting the rest here, perhaps they shouldn't have engaged the Coven for the tag team titles. The Misfits, of course, had that number one contender spot wrenched away from them after they defeated the Coven. And then lost to the Falcon and the Eagle. We will, of course, hope that we have some of our currently injured athletes back for the tag division sooner or later, ladies and gentlemen. With, of course, have been missing the BFG in action almost the entire month now. And James the Cat, of course, has been chasing the Hardcore Championship and lost out on that earlier tonight, where he lost to the King Daddy. He'll have to now look to see if his tag team partner is back and ready to go, or if he's going to have more significant time on his own here in the KEW. It was, of course, a soft tissue issue that was delivered by the Coven that dealt the blow to the BFGs. Oh, down and goes the Firefighter. He's been a notorious slow starter in the KEW, and yet again slow out of the blocks here. You can see the Yeti is enjoying that one on the outside. And look at this, taking the Mickey out of the Firefighter now, pinning him to the floor, and a big shot to the back from the Turkish Mountain. Big kick there from the Firefighter. This might be the change in fortunes he needs. Whips him into the corner. These four, of course, have had trouble in the past with their tag teams. And you know, of course, Atomic Andy and Cold Ears Craig are no fans of one another. Cold Ears, of course, eliminating Andy from the Rumble last year. And then the four of them locking horns in the tag division. in between the firefighter becoming the KEW champion and then losing the championship. Of course, to Big Bird. You can see the turnbuckle is missing off this most closest turnbuckle here. Looks like Tommy Candy must have taken that off at some point as he rolls the mountain back into the ring for more punishment from his tag partner. Oh, the firefighter, and flips him over, and Cold Ears is now trying to motivate his man from the outside, trying to coach, and that's a sledgehammer. Ladies and gentlemen, Atomic Andy is just throwing a sledgehammer into the ring here. The referee has seen it just before his tag partner got thrown on top of it by the mountain, goes for the cover. The ref's a little slow because he was distracted by that sledgehammer, and Andy's got to be careful here. I know he doesn't like the Misfits, but he can't be pulling shenanigans like that, sliding weapons into the ring casually that might interfere with the running course of this one. As we said, his tag team partner landed on top of that from rushing to the top rope, and the mountain catching him out. Now the mountain looks motivated by that one. Off the ropes he goes, but the firefighter catches him shy whilst he's too busy, distracted with things on the outside. Potentially big shot there, drops him down to the floor, and the firefighter will be saying to himself, it's a shame that I couldn't get the Yeti really diving off the top rope. And the much bigger man of the mountain is a more dangerous threat, of course, to get into the elimination chamber. We did see that the mountain managed to qualify ahead of Atomic Andy for the HMV Steelbook ladder match, which of course was a complete non-event because everyone switched off to Tangent in it. And oh, look at this, lifting the firefighter high and slams him down onto the ground. This isn't technically a qualifying match, but it will help the power rankings here, ladies and gentlemen, of course. And that's how we will decide who goes into the elimination chamber. And look at this, the mountain distracted now by Andy on the outside at a big clothesline. And he's got to be careful, Andy, that the referee doesn't get fed up of his shenanigans on the outside. The Yeti has not really done much to affect the match at all so far, ladies and gentlemen. And look at this, look, he's checking his laces there, the firefighter, making sure they're done up. And oh, big knee strike in the corner, drives the mountain down as he's now stomping on the chest. Big stomp right into the sternum there. You can see he's winded the life out of him. Celebrating to the crowd as he clutches his chest. He's got to be careful, doesn't want to break his sternum or fracture a rib with those big steel toe cap boots that the firefighter has as he climbs to the second rope now. Diving elbow, but misses it entirely as the mountain screams to the KEW faithful. Big running drop kick there, the missile drop kick. And the firefighter rolls outside for a breather. Now he's showing off his giant muscles, but is caught shy by the firefighter. Delivers another flipping drive there, sending him down to the floor. And the firefighter might look to try and put things away. Big elbow to the knee, rolls him over. Gets hold of the legs, rolls him back the other way, and might look to go after the other knee now, wrenching the knee, and Andy up again on the side of the apron. Looks like he's fiddling around with the turnbuckle again, and he's uncovered that turnbuckle right in front of us here, ladies and gentlemen, right in front of the KEW cameras. Now the firefighter looks poised. He might not need the uncovered turnbuckle. Fireman's carry, hooks the leg, goes for the cover to polish it off. 1, 2, 3, and that's more than enough, ladies and gentlemen. Puts the mountain away, and you've got to say he looked in resplendent form there, the firefighter. And if he's just booked his way into the elimination chamber with that victory to seal his power rankings placement, then goodness me, he will be a tough man to face against anybody in the chamber. He's got unlimited stamina almost, and we've seen him go toe-to-toe with many of the big stars in the KEW and come out victorious. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll dig into more of the explosive ramifications from tonight. The pile driver from King Daddy, of course, onto James the Cat, and what that means for James the Cat and his potential career. Has he ended his career with the pile driver? We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. Will Mark look to try and take revenge against Tange, and will he use the Shinigami as his destructive weapon to seek revenge against him? The Shinigami won't be happy with Mark for losing the tag team match, of course, as well. And then the fallout from our tag matches here, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, our last match here, seeing the firefighter potentially book his spot into the elimination chamber as it rears around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Only a few weeks away, but thank you for watching here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time for more KEW action. Thank you and goodbye.